What is going on, members of the Shy Guy Squad? My name is Dan, otherwise known as Danekii, and welcome back to another week of the NPL Minors. This is week 8, yes, week 8 up against Redithan and his Tennessee Tynamos. Redithan is currently number 1 in our division, so if we want a shot at making majors, we definitely need to dethrone him this week, and we do have the intents of doing that this week. But if you guys are curious about that team and what that is of course in the description down below, as it usually is with a poke paste. Going to make sure that it is guaranteed what you guys are looking for this week, though. We'll make sure that this week it is 100% up to date. But just a quick, very quick, no huff, no puff, quick preview. I have an expert belt, a Tautomai Celesteela, modest, max special attack. I have an ICMZ, Z Hail, Cure in Black. I have a Shuckaberry Nidoqueen with Stealth Rocks and T-Spike. I have a Choice Specs Greninja with Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and Water Shuriken. A SD Sub Mimikyu, and a bulky Defog Scizor. So with that being said, let's just click play at normal speed with no music and then see what happens. So I'm going to lead off with Nidoqueen here, because I'm thinking, okay, get on my rocks, get off something, and I know I can take a hit from Rotom. So what I am going to do is I'm going to sponge it like I do and get up my rocks, because they're going to be crucial for Crobat and for the Marowak. So I'm going to sack off Nidoqueen right here. Nidoqueen kind of did her job, get her rocks up, and then we're good. Cure in Black comes in. Cure in Black got this handy dandy ability known as Terravolt, which is Mold Breaker, so I don't give a fuck about the Levitate on this Rotom. So I'm just going to click Earth Power right here, as you guys are about to see. And that does 47, and I do get a special defense drop. Now this special defense drop is actually very important as to what I do for my next play, which you guys will about to see. I'll put it on slow because I feel like it's a bit fast. But my opponent is just going to go for the Pain Split. And what is going to happen here is I'm going to click Earth Power. No, okay, I did, okay. I'm not going to click Earth Power. I just had to rewind in my head what happened here, because I thought maybe he stayed in because of that, but no. As you see, Redithan's team doesn't really have an Earth Power switch in. Gallade doesn't want to take it. Marowak definitely doesn't want to take it, especially with rocks being up. Klefki does not appreciate it. His two switch-ins are Crobat and Shaman. And what are Shaman and Crobat in common week to? Of course, Ice. And me putting the nuts on the table, I click Blizzard. And it does connect, and Rufus just drops, so be gone, Shaman. One threat gone instantly. And the thing about Klefki coming in here as well, yeah, I might want to Spike Stack, so he does click Spike. I'm going to click Earth Power here because I'm not afraid of this thing. And I am actually going to click Earth Power one more time as my opponent reveals the Magnet Rise, which is a very good play on my opponent's part. But I came prepared for this thing because my set is Hail, Blizzard, Earth Power, and Hidden Power Fire. Hidden Power Fire was specifically for the case of Magnet Rise Klefki to deal with Earth Power Cure in Black, so he is going to get all 3 layers of Spike Up. Not the worst thing in the world, of course it's less than ideal, but it is not the worst thing in the world, as I do knock out the Klefki. So we go up to an early 5-4 lead, as my opponent decides to go into, you see the close combat go off. He goes into the Gallade on my Kyurem here, and I go into my Mimikyu because I'm like, he's not clicking Zen Headbutt, he's not clicking anything, he's only clicking Fighting Stab right here. So Mimikyu gets a safe and free switch in, which means that he's going to switch now because he can't stay in on Mimikyu, he can't risk this thing knocking out his Mega. So what I'm going to do is, I believe I went for a substitute right here. Nope, next turn. I go for a Play Rough right here to weaken down this Rotom Wash. It's been a while since I've had this game, but I do click sub here. Like, I remember vaguely what happened every turn, but it's, I'm a bit behind on myself, but I do click sub right here because if he misses a Hydro, if he tries to go for Will-O-Wisp, something like that, I'm in a very advantageous position. And as you do, I do actually dodge the Will-O-Wisp by clicking sub. So what I can do right now is click Swords Dance, which I am going to do as well, as my opponent decides to Volt Switch out here, break my sub, and then switch out into his Frick the World, being the Crobat. And this matchup, I remember, was very frustrating to me. It was very frustrating indeed, because my calc was if he was like a bulky nasty bat kind of thing, I needed Play Rough into Shadow Sneak to kill him after rocks, right? So I am going to click Play Rough here, and he's going to click Air Slash. Okay, fine. Disguise broken, I'm good. 76%, I can deal with this. Gets flinched. Sucks. I have to go for Play Rough one more time in my head that I still have to Play Rough. Gets the flinch again. Drop. Now, realistically speaking, this is the turn I should have just said, fuck it, and clicked Shadow Sneak, and just to gauge damage. But I do decide to click Play Rough one more time, and I get flinched again. So, nothing on Redithan, but fuck this Crobat. Suck a dick. You ugly mustache-looking bastard. Fuck you. But anyways, I click Shadow Sneak here, find out how it was a 2 KO the entire time. Not the most ideal thing to figure out a little bit too late, but that's fine because I got Stratos. And Stratos can set up a Totemize, and I went with a little bit of a risk in my Celesteela prep, as you guys will see in the description down below. But Celesteela was EV to outspeed Crobat, Speed Creep, and Greninja at +2. I did not go for max speed Crobat, and it actually pays off. A counter creep paid off, so I had a little bit more bulk, which is really, really nice. So what he goes into here is a boneless the Marowak, which isn't exactly boneless. There's a skull, and there's also the bone with the fire, so lies. It's just like the pizza. But I have Earthquake on this thing with Expert Belt, which was a bit of a mistake, honestly, in my prep. I probably should have had Giga Drain on it, but I am just going to click Flash Cannon here because a +1 Flash Cannon kills a Marowak at after rocks. So that is what Air Slash was it? Air Slash, not Flash Cannon, my bad. But Air Slash does knock out the Marowak, and now I am sitting here at +2/+2. So if I click Air Slash here, I'm not going to show what happens, but I mean, you guys can figure it out since I just paused it, you know? If I get a flinch, I just win here. 4-0 against Redithan would have been really good, like would be fantastic, you know. We go to a 5-3 +7 differential, which would just be ideal. But alas, Redithan used up all of the flinches in the game, but I'm gonna try again. I am gonna try again, you know, and get one more chance. Gonna go for Air Slash, get 30% damage. He clicks the Volt Switch and knocks me out. So I don't get Air Slash flinches, and Redithan gets 3 of them. So, you know, fuck that Crobat. But I'm going to go into Scizor here because I am going to need to chip down this Gallade since I couldn't, you know, fucking win with Celesteela. So I'm going to go for the Bullet Punch here. Now this thing is in range of a Dark Pulse from my Specs Greninja, which means I can just use my next 2 turns to click Dark Pulse. And I knock out Gallade, and then I knock out Rotom. So instead of being 5-3 +7, we're now going to be 5-3 +5, which is still good for us. It's still really good for us being 5-3 +5. Don't get me wrong, because we still won the game at the end of the day, which is the most ideal situation we want to be in. But here's the catch. Redithan right now, I'm going to go to the standing stab and stuff on my second monitor, but Redithan right now is, as of week 3, or week 8, he is 5-3 +11, and I'm 5-3 +5. Now, if Mimikyu didn't get flinched, I probably won 5-0, which would have meant that I would have been like 5-3 +8, and Redithan would have been, instead of 11, he would have had another 3 away from that, so it would have been +8 as well. I think we would have tied? Yeah, we would have tied. We would have been both +8 right now. But Scratch Mimikyu, say that happened still, but I had Giga Drain with Celesteela, or I got the flinch on Rotom. I would have been 5-3 +7, and Redithan would have been 5-3 +9, which means it would have been a much closer race. But the thing is, my chances are not gone yet, because pushing Redithan down to 5-3 with me means that if I can beat Turbo next week, which we do play of the Phoenix Midnights, our good pal Turbo Blaze IB, if we can beat him, and we can beat Carney of the Vancouver Stealth Rocks in the last week, and my good pal Yost, Angels of Behem, the guy who took over for Jar after Jar left, which is why we got that 1 win that we have. But I'm very appreciative towards that. I got the forfeit win right there because it might just be the one that takes me to majors. But if Yost can beat Redithan, I think, and I can win my last 2 games, I believe that I promote to majors, which would be really, really ideal So that is what we're going to fight for the last 2 weeks here now. So next week we got Turbo, and then we finish off against Carney of the Vancouver Stealth Rocks. So with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's battle against Redithan. Be sure to check them out, links in the description. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys for week 9 against Turbo, where we potentially see if we get or lose our major spot. But with that being said, I've been your host Dan. Hope you've enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And with that being said, I'm out. Before I wrap up, I just want to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters that you see on screen right now, helping me with my goals and also with future problems. With that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.